It's a New Star Radio 98.7 FM and Smooth Fuego TV, and I am joined here with
Keisza.
Now, Keisza, I'm sure this isn't your first time in the UK, is it?
No, but it's like going to be the longest sort of duration that I've been here. So
you've got a huge promo calendar for the moment.
Yeah. There's a lot, but it's really exciting.
Okay, now let's get started on Keisza before the music. Now, you was born in Calgary, Alberta, Canada,
Yeah.
right? Okay, see how I knew that?
Yeah.
When did you move to New York?
I moved to New York after I studied school in Boston at Berklee College of Music.
Okay.
So after that, I moved to New York.
Okay. How do you find the differences between Canada and America?
Well, where I'm from, it's quite different. It's a lot more like of a peaceful city.
Yeah.
Like if you compare it to New York, it's very quiet, a lot cleaner. But New York just has this energy about it that makes you want to work hard and makes you want to just hustle.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Okay.
I found like when I went to New York, I met so many like-minded people, and it was really inspirational creatively as well. So it's hard to get away from that city. But I find like London has a similar vibe as well.
To New York?
Yeah, and it's different, but it's also the same. It's weird.
Because I've heard in the past that England is quite similar to Canada. Like Canada's a mix of England.
Yeah,
and
it is
USA.
totally a mix of like New York or U.S. and Canada. But I guess Canada is part of the British Embassy, so maybe that's why we have a lot of the same candies and things like that.
Because you say certain things the same as English people.
Yeah, and we spell similar too. Like, we spell with the color with the O-U-R. Whereas in the U.S. they don't.
Yeah, just leave them. Anyway, let's talk about your latest single, Hideaway. Now, describe the story behind the single.
Well, it was written in about an hour, and the whole thing from start to finish was completed in an hour and a half, mix, mastering, everything. And the reason was because I had to catch a plane. And as I was leaving to catch my plane, Rami, who's the producer of Hideaway, I was at his studio, and he just started making a new track, which was Hideaway, and I heard the bass line and the sound, and I just ran back in and was like, I need to record on that. What is this? So I just jumped up on the mic and like freestyled whatever came to my mind, and then Hideaway just sort of poured out.
Did you expect it to get the buzz that it's got, the international buzz?
No. It was just I've always been inspired by like sort of deep house, diva singers, and 90s music. So when he started playing that, I just sort of like my soul like awoke, and I was just like, I love this. So it was just sort of me having fun and being passionate. Like we had no expectations that it would go anywhere. It was just sort of fun in the studio. Okay. I nearly missed my flight. Actually, I'm surprised I made it at all.
But it was worth it in there.
Yeah, totally worth it.
Definitely. Now, you got your inspiration for getting into the type of deep house music side from Raven, right? Raven and going clubbing in New York.
Yeah. I mean, I've always really been like into like the big diva singers like CeCe Peniston, Robin S., TLC, like for the vibe, and Michael Jackson, of course. I love him. But yeah, when I was a ballerina, and then I became a folk singer, and coming like really going out to the club scene really just got me all around inspired like by the dancing, the music, and just the whole lifestyle. So so that's when I was just like, this is what I want to do. I love this.
Okay, you technically answered my next question as well, because I noticed in the latest video there's a lot of dancing in there. So you've used that ballerina experience for that, and also your folk singing. Do you mix all of those styles together to create what you have now?
A little bit. I mean, I went on a little bit of a musical exploration because I started as a folk singer, mainly because that's very big in Canada. I mean, more singer-songwriter, acoustic bass. Obviously, there's a lot of top 40 on the radio, but in general, there's a lot of like rock stations and country stations. So I was immersed in a different scene, although my mom was just obsessed with like 90s divas and Michael Jackson. So that was kind of playing all the time as well. So I went to music college, and then I started sort of exploring other types of music, and was just trying to find what fit for me as an artist. And I couldn't really find anything. I went from folk to like folk pop through jazz, through rock. I tried, and then I started being interested in being a writer because I just love writing music. So I started learning pop because I knew as a writer, if I was professional, I would have to be writing pop. And it's a challenge to write pop music. So I went through this pop phase and even had an artist project that was sort of more pop oriented, but it just didn't really fit with me because the lyrical aspect where I came from, I was sort of missing from that, and it didn't really connect with my personality as well. So I actually put my artist project on the side and just focus as a writer, as writing for other people. And then I ended up deciding I wanted to do my own project, but I didn't want to overthink it. I didn't want to I just wanted to be passionate and do music for the sheer love of doing it. And so Hideaway was the first of that.
Definitely. With Hideaway, the single as well, you've mentioned the 90s sound of it. It does literally sound like something from the 90s. Like when I first heard this song, I was thinking, I've heard this song before. It sounds like something from the past. Can we expect the same type of vibe from your future music, or are you going to switch up the style a bit?
No, it's the whole album that I'm writing pays homage to the 90s for sure. But it's not all just 90s dance music. It explores a lot of what was going on in the urban scene. It has some break beats. There's a bit more R&B leaning records. There's a really cool ballad that's going to be on it. So it's going to be a whole body of work that it's all very soulful because I just love soul. And it all is very cohesive and sounds like it belongs together, but every song is sort of its own thing. And that's what I'm aiming for.
So do you feel that being versatile is essential for an artist nowadays?
Yeah, I think so. I think just exploring what you do and always trying to, always progressing. I never write the same song twice. I mean, a lot of people have asked me okay, when's Hideaway Part 2 coming out? And I said, it's not going to come out because there's only one Hideaway. So the next record is going to be its own thing.
Okay. So. Now, over here in the UK, I know you do, but I'm going to ask you the question anyway. Do you have any favourite UK artists at the moment that you're feeling?
Yeah, I love Route 94. I love Hot Natured. I really like Gorgon City, and I had a chance to work with them. Yeah. And I was about to say someone, and their name just left me.
Disclosure?
I love Disclosure, and I love... why is the name left me? I'm having one of those moments where you think of something.
Can you remember a song by them?
The one with Jess Glynn on it.
Clean Bandit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Clean Bandit. And then there's another one I think with Jess Glynn that I like.
That's Route 94.
Duke Dumont.
Oh, Duke Dumont.
They had
that one with the Whitney Houston sample.
That was I just like Duke Dumont in general. Oh, and he did a cover of Hideaway live, which was the most crazy thing ever. I woke up and looked on my Twitter,
and
it
was
it? No, I had no idea. I just woke up and was like, oh, what's this? And then I was really honored because I love his. There's some really great artists out here.
That must feel crazy for somebody who you're feeling their music and then they've done a cover of your song. You're like, wow, to actually just see that on TV. It was
amazing. It was everything just went so fast. You never know how people are going to embrace a record, but I sort of expected it to take a while. And I thought I'd kind of put it out and work, get really into the scene and sort of get out to the clubs and perform. But I didn't even have a chance to get out to the clubs at all. I just sort of, Annie Mac played it, and then everyone just started picking it up and playing it, which was amazing.
So it was literally overnight.
It just sort of exploded within a week. It got 200,000 spins on SoundCloud, and then 2 weeks later we put the video out, and
crazy.
It's just been kind of going off since then. So I'm I'm just a bit overwhelmed. I can't believe it. I just never expected this, but very thankful at the same time and very grateful for everybody who's supporting the record.
Okay, so do you feel that the success of this record will give you kind of added pressure for the next one?
I don't feel pressure. I mean, I went through a phase as an artist where I was putting pressure on myself to make music that I thought, would fit. And because of that, it never did. And then the thing about Hideaway was that I was not going to write music to try and make it fit. I was going to write music that I was passionate about. So when I write a song, when I go into the studio, it's just I'm pouring my soul into it, and I'm being very genuine, and it's completely passionate. So I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna make a Hideaway Part 2. I'm gonna make a new song, and as long as I feel great about it, I'm happy, and I hope other people feel the same way. And I want to write with different angles, and I don't know, tap into different emotions, and I just hope people are happy to come along for the ride.
I'm sure they will be. But that has been Keisza. This is Smooth Fuego TV, New Star Radio 98.7 FM. Now, I don't want to hold you too long, as I know you've got a busy day today, so I'm going to ask you one last question. As we are a community station, we have a lot of up-and-coming singers, songwriters,
that's great.
Rappers, producers who are listening. So could you give them any advice based on what you've experienced?
Well, just don't overthink things. Do music that you love and completely do it from your heart, because I think that's what people connect with. They connect with what's genuine to you, because I think that's when it's genuine to you, it's genuine to them too. And I don't know, yeah, that's all I have to say, because it sounds cliche, but it's true. It wasn't until that moment that I just really didn't overthink it, and just did what I love, that people started listening. So. And just work hard and write a lot. I mean, since I started music, I've written probably 1,000 songs,
wow.
like in different genres, like just write. And you never know when you're going to land on that song that works. And I never knew exactly where I would end up as a musician. I just sort of explored. I was open to different sounds and mixing sounds. So just kind of be open-minded and collaborate. I would suggest collaboration too, because I learned so much from other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that has been Keisza. We're now going to go straight into your track, Hideaway. Would you like to introduce it? And before you do that, mention all your social networks, your Twitter, Facebook, iTunes, website, everything.
Well, everything. If you just straight up put in Keisza, Kieszza. So Twitter @Keisza, Tumblr, Keisza. Like, I have my name spelled so strangely that I'm the only one. I can just use my first name on everything.
That's
so
the best way.
You can just type in Keisza on everything, and Instagram, YouTube, and you'll find me. So that's easy. And then I'll just say, this is Keisza, and up next is my song Hideaway. Thanks for listening.